Cheers and random Doctor Who fans with Series 7 Part 2 starting soon and the introduction of a new companion, again. I thought it would be a great opportunity to take a look back at some of the other companions that have been released in toy form since the show's 2005 revival, which of course means that we begin with Rose Tyler. Now, Rose was originally released in the standard Russell T Davies era packaging with the red and yellow time vortex effect in the background and the window box shaped like the TARDIS. So here we have the figure itself, and I have to admit the detail is excellent. The face sculpt really looks like Billie Piper. A lot of attention has been paid to the shape of her brow and her lips and her other distinguishing features. The hair sculpt looks great as well. It flows from her head right down to her shoulders where it's moulded over her body, and the paint apps are so well detailed that you can even see her dark roots going through from the top of her head. The torso is equally well detailed with her pink hoodie, which has all the creases and wrinkles, which really makes it look like fabric clothing, even though it's solid plastic. The paint is equally impressive on the torso. As you can see, she is wearing a light purple t-shirt under her hoodie, and the hoodie itself contains some metallic silver paint along her zipper. The back includes detailing of a hood which hangs out from under her hair sculpt, plus the name Rose is emblazoned across her back, which I feel is a nice touch. Unfortunately, what does let it down is this ugly legal garb which has been plastered all across her lower back. Moving on to the legs, they look just alright. The detail of the creased and wrinkled material is still present, but the paint job could have been so much better, as this just looks like blue plastic instead of actual denim. And her white shoes do have a little detail, but not much. Below you can see there's no detail on the sole of her trainers and no peg holes either, but the large sculpt of her jeans gives the figure a steady base, meaning when it's up on display it won't be knocked over too easily. The articulation isn't too great. As you can see, there is a joint at the neck which looks as though the head could rotate, but the hair sculpt locks it in place, rendering the joint useless. In fact, it makes the figure look very ugly for no reason, and I feel the head should have been sculpted onto the torso as one single piece, which would have looked so much better. The arms are posed in a bizarre angle and again offer little posability. The arm can move through 180 degrees at the shoulder and can spin the full 360 at the elbow. However, there's no joint to move the elbow in and out, so both arms are kind of stuck in a right angle position. The figure also offers full 360 degree waist articulation, and her legs can kick through 180 degrees at the hip. However, just like the elbows, the knees offer no articulation, so again Rose is stuck in a weird action pose. When it comes to accessories, Rose was originally released with two of Cassandra's metal spiders from the End of the World, but since her initial release she's been repackaged many times as part of several sets, even with K9. So, overall, what do I think of this figure? Well, the detail is amazing, especially for a figure which has been released for a revived show, which might have not been such a hit. I mean, Character took a real chance with this toy. They could have just released a basic figure for the kids with little detail, but instead they gave us this. The articulation isn't too great, but then again, I don't see that as such a bad thing. Sure, kids might have an issue with it during play, but as a collector, less articulation means more detail, so the lack of ugly hinges and joints on her arms and legs and torso make the figure look great when it's up on display. I know that there was another version of Rose that was released multiple times, which had her in the outfit she wore during New Earth, which came with much better accessories, such as the ice extinguisher from the girl in the fireplace, and even Cassandra's drone chip from New Earth as well. While it did have much better articulation, I feel the face sculpt lacks the attention to detail that this one has. So, if anything, I'd recommend the New Earth design for kids, but for the collectors, go with this one. Honestly, I would like to have seen a third version of Rose released wearing her blue jacket from the final episodes of Series 4, which looked pretty badass, but unfortunately that never happened, meaning that the original Rose figure is by far the best. So, that does it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there are countless more reviews online. Thank you again for watching, and remember to keep following the nerd. Goodbye.